This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Round 2. Fight! Fatality.
Well, it's not looking good for Blizzard, as CEO Bobby Kotick has now commented World of Warcraft is now removing specific content, and the walkout is scheduled to happen today. I also have a second video later today on how the employees are screwing this up in the first place, or in the they're blowing a golden opportunity. But that's a longer topic, so I want to get right into this. Bobby Kotick admits original response to Activision Blizzard backlash was tone deaf. Activision Blizzard's pervasive frat boy culture was brought to attention in a July 21st suit. The 29-page suit detailed several instances of very bad behavior and holding discrimination against women in the workplace on a systemic level. They're paid less than their male counterparts for the same positions and offer promotions at a slower rate. Again, they will have to prove this in court. The company's initial statement called the claims distorted descriptions of Blizzard's past. However, as more employees came forward with their own experiences, current and former executives apologized for a culture fostered at the company. Look, I have an employee that emailed me this morning the following. I'll read what they said. I'll remove the names. I'll redact the names for now. Of course, I'm happy to pass this on should the legal team want it. This was fairly normal behavior. Every single time executives came, a party would follow. Every single time there was a party with the executives, stuff got crazy. Name redacted used to talk about how he'd go down to his skivvies at parties and flash his Johnson around, but it was okay because the head of HR was there. I asked him if anyone would be offended. In retrospect, that really tells a lot about the origins of this type of culture. When the big guys are telling HR no one will be offended, then acting badly, of course it was how people are going to act. The head of Redacted was asked directly about party culture at these road shows, and they would always deflect. Of course, they knew about everything. He was the director of HR. Pretty much all of the execs and C-level dudes were old school and met their wives at Blizzard, which isn't bad, but it's certainly curious. Yeah, I think the point is that, hey, look, you work at a big company, relationships happen. Sure, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is interesting. The CS building in Austin was a bunch of young, stupid nerds all crammed together in an office that ran 24/7. There's bound to be crazy stuff that happened, so many hookups and general creepers. HR didn't care. Every report was mostly ignored because we're family, we endure. One of the old managers, Redacted, got fired for hooking up with his employee's wife. This was after he spent months promoting another girl, Redacted, in exchange for hookups. We were all happy when he got fired. Everyone hated him. There's just tons and tons of these emails flooding my inbox right now. And This is one of those things where, I have had a few people reach out to me and say, like, bro, come on, man. What happened to this? You used to stand against listen and believe. You wanted more evidence. Well, what's different about this situation is I have loads of evidence. I mean, sure, it's mostly hearsay, but when you get the same email from 10 different people all saying the same thing about the same person, I mean, that's, where there's smoke kind of thing. Now, CEO Bobby Kotick has apologized for the tone-deaf statement following the footsteps of Blizzard President Jalen Brack. Our initial response to the issues we face together and to your concerns were, quite frankly, tone-deaf, he said in a company-wide letter. It's imperative that we acknowledge all perspectives and experiences and respect the feelings of those who have been mistreated in any way. I am sorry that we did not provide the right empathy and understanding. These people probably need to be fired. Kotick promised that the company would make 5 changes effective immediately, including providing more employment support when filing claims and removing inappropriate in-game content. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're taking swift action to be compassionate, caring company you came to work for and ensure a safe environment. There's no place anywhere at our company for discrimination, harassment, or unequal treatment of any kind. Exact examples of in-game content being removed were not given by Blizzard, but it is understood some of the NPCs from games like World of Warcraft would be renamed or removed entirely. Bobby Kotick also announced that a third-party investigation would examine Activision Blizzard's current policies and procedures to ensure that we have and maintain best practices to promote respectful and inclusive environment. You have our unwavering commitment, blah, 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 blah. This on top of another article from Lauren Burgeon saying Activision Blizzard lawsuit is another nail in WoW's coffin. If you're some of an avid gamer, it's likely every single one of us has picked up an Activision Blizzard game at some point in our lives, be it the adorable Crash Bandicoot, the devilish Diablo, the company or publishers behind some of the most iconic titles. For World of Warcraft players specifically, the suit could be the last straw for some. The rod that broke the camel's back, as it were. It's actually the straw, not the rod. Sure, the scandal isn't the sole reason for WoW's fall from grace, but it's definitely another factor. By the way, did you see Mad Season quit World of Warcraft 2? I'm going to miss his videos. WoW Shadowlands Chains of Domination was a flop. Before all the chaos surrounding the investigation even broke, WoW was already on a slippery slope into the depths of the maw. The highly anticipated expansion to Shadowlands Chains of Domination divided players across Azeroth, plagued by frustrating lag that rendered the new zone, Korthia, largely unplayable, and accompanied by cinematic that gave us absolutely no information about the future of Shadowlands. Some chose this moment to call it quits. While some players might immediately claim that this is an example of Blizzard not giving a dang, it's worth looking deeper into the consideration of the point of view of the employees involved. Residing in a workplace allegedly fraught with tension, fear, and harassment, it would almost be impossible to create good content, never mind great content. Well, you know what's interesting to me? Most of the great WoW content was probably created at the height of the dysfunction. Isn't that might be something to think about? I'm just saying. Enter Amazon Games MMO title, A New World, a fresh take on the genre. The beta launched the 20th, 2 days before Activision Blizzard scandal dropped. An immediate hit on Twitch. Prominent streamers such as Asmongold and Shroud all took to the island's dusty plains to uncover its secrets, breathing new life into the sector that WoW previously dominated. The MMO community are ablaze with hype for the stunning-looking new title, and it couldn't have come at a better time. In the wake of Chains of Domination and the suit, New World is poised to have a haven for WoW players, while Final Fantasy XIV Online provides the perfect refuge for now. Amazon's title represents a new start for fans everywhere. It's fresh, innovative, and promises everything that WoW used to. And now there's no infuriating subscription fee. Where do I sign up? By the way, I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV Online this afternoon at twitch.tv/thequartering. At some point today, go over there and click the follow button so you get notified when I go live. It's usually about 2 or 3 Central Standard Time. Today I have a little more time to play, so may have a 3 or 4 hour stream. I want to slowly kind of make more time for that because it's been really relaxing for me, and everyone's support over there has been so awesome. It's really helping mitigate stress of the grind, 8-9 videos a day plus day job, actually forcing myself to play video games. It's been good. So twitch.tv/thequartering. Hop on over there, open a new window, click follow. so you get notified. And I won't just play Final Fantasy. I'll play a lot of different games. So Activision Blizzard's suit is WoW's demise. Each of these factors clearly contributed to WoW's rapid decline, but for many ongoing, the suit was the curtains for the iconic MMO. I mean, a glance at the nostalgia section of the game's official subreddit shows players revisiting areas that were meant the most to them and then hanging up their armor for the last time. Others who have returned to the game have noticed an absence of players calling it a dead game. For many, the abhorrent treatment of employees was the straw that broke the camel's back. Blizzard's leadership hadn't listened, hadn't cared, and now they've proven that their morals lie in the gutter. I too canceled my subscription. I couldn't face trying to trundle through the lag of Korthia to return to the place that was special to me. It simply wasn't worth it. This on top of World of Warcraft now removing inappropriate references to, quote, rebuild trust in the wake of the lawsuit, but I think it's too late. It very well may be too late. It's like the perfect storm of no king lives forever. You see Asmongold absolutely demolishing them in the replies. This is great, but what about all the testimonials of people working in awful conditions? It's great that you're deleting an NPC. Wow, great job, really. How about less performative action and more real action? I mean, you know, and then Michelle inserts herself here, of course. You know, you have Field Marshal Afrasabi or whatever this guy is named in the case. We're trying to control the damage by pretending we understand all of a sudden. It's not enough. I think maybe the perfect storm of this already the exodus to Final Fantasy because of the way that the Shadowlands expansion was disappointing, the lawsuit, and a New World, giving people two viable options to play Final Fantasy in the meantime, a New World when that comes out. This may be curtains for the king of MMOs, and it's truly sad to see. My heart goes out to all the employees at Blizzard who aren't garbage, which is obviously the majority. We're going to talk about how the minority of those employees, a small group of them, are co-opting the movement in a second video today, because that's even worse to see. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.